Hi everyone, my name is Riaan Plooy. I'm the CEO of Cancelled Inc. and Lean6Sigma Academy. So I thought I'd make a quick video just to introduce myself because I've had a lot of people ask me over the last while, where I'm from, what am I doing, what's with the speech impediment. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride for me so far, and looking forward and very grateful for the next while, the ride that's coming up. So yes, I was born and bred in South Africa in Johannesburg, in a small town called Benoni, the same place Charlize Theron comes from. Um, yeah, we're basically the same age too. So I started doing, I finished off high school. My dad's an electrician. I was working with him since the age of 11. When you could still take kids into factories, and I learned the first thing that I drove was a forklift. So since I was 11, I've been driving cars, forklifts, motorbikes, all kinds of stuff, which is very cool to me. And, not something you get to experience every day. After I completed my high school, I went and studied chemical engineering, which I passed 4 years later. I started working at a chemical company, petrochemical company in Sasolburg, a place in Joburg, where I did my chemical engineering thesis on distillation columns. So from there, I did that for about 18 months and then moved over to the breweries in South Africa. It's a place I really wanted to work at. Very dynamic, very much at the forefront of technology, and very keen at that stage to learn as much as what I could. Little did I know as a chemical engineer that in South Africa you start off with, I was washing tanks, I was washing floors. I had caustic burns on my feet from, all the caustic acid in the plant. I was taking off spent yeast. I was working 12-hour shifts. I was working weekends. And then started working my way up to become an operator. And then after that, to become a team leader at the biggest brewery in the Southern Hemisphere in Elroad. Um, I spent some time there and I got exposed to world class manufacturing. So, another version of Lean and Six Sigma, which I found incredibly insightful because I'm a very structured person. I love the structure. I love the fact that, you can hold people accountable, you can hold yourself accountable, and you can calm things down. That's what I really love around what I do and have done. So I was working at that brewery in Elroad for about 4.5 years. Worked my way up again there, and then got a phone call from Tooheys Brewery in Sydney, Australia, if I wanted to, move over there and work for them, which I grabbed with both hands, seeing as I didn't even know where Sydney was. It was quite interesting. We flew over there, and I started working at the brewery there. And one of my main things that I was tasked with was to implement Lean Six Sigma. And we started off with visual performance management training. Worked with an outsourced company, which we are now. Cancelled is that, and I learned so much from a guy called Ethel Nelson, another South African. All us weird names. It doesn't matter what you call us. Just make sure we know that that's what you're going to call us. Um, Learned a lot from Ethel. He's still around. We're still in touch. He's a great mentor. And I developed a lot of skills myself through guidance and help from him and from, obviously the other people in the business. So I was at the brewery for about 4 years, then had a choice to move over to the fruit juice side of that business, where I had the opportunity of a clean slate. I could go and start fresh. I could start, Lean Six Sigma implementation from scratch. And I grabbed it with both hands. I knew it would have been fun to stay in the brewery because you think of those people as your family. But surprise, surprise, as soon as what you leave, ain't no family anymore, mate. So you get to see people's true colors, and you get to see where you actually fit in, and you realize that you fit in with the people that you want to fit in with. So I worked at the fruit juice place. We amongst the company's lean implementations, we achieved within 12 months what took most of the sites about 2.5 years to achieve. So we pushed pretty hard. I know the one year we did over 9,000 hours worth of training, man hours worth of training. And yeah, if I wasn't exercising at the time, I probably wouldn't have made it because it was a lot of long hours, but so worth it. I mean, the place went from absolute chaos to just calm, operating every day, OEEs in, improving. Yeah, just people calming down in general. So yes, I had a lot of experience there, and then had a couple more opportunities after that. And with those opportunities came an opportunity to go work for a company in Los Angeles, where we helped the company grow from I think there were $10 million a year to $150 million within 9 months. So it was absolute chaos, but it was probably one of the funnest experiences of my life. So we did that through using all of our materials, our own way of operating. I spent some time in China, Japan, Singapore, in Europe, all over the place, just learning, just taking it all in and developing my own method and our own methods of doing these things as you do. Because something people need to realize is every site within a business it's not a cookie cutter. They all snowflakes. They're all different. Some of the stuff might be exactly the same and implemented the same way. Others, you got to think about it and involve the people when you do the change. Um, so yeah, that's a few years ago, and then basically just before COVID hit, we decided that we've had enough of staying in hotels for 200 days a year, and we started putting our certifications online. So a very clunky process at the beginning, but we've now gotten to the point where things are really solidified, really streamlined. We've got about 80 consultants on our bench at the moment that we send out to customers to help us do, on-site training, in-person training, and help us with our coaching of our virtual clients. So our business is growing. The baby is growing arms and legs, and we're hoping for the baby to start crawling next year. So there's a lot happening. I'm always open for a chat if you want to reach out to me on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever. Put a meeting in place, do an introduction, see how we can work together. I'm all about teamwork. I'm not part of these cliques with the Lean Six Sigma people out there that, they only comment on each other's stuff and they think that they've got the world in their hands. Meantime, their world's just becoming smaller and smaller because they're not looking at the new things out there and the new ways of doing things. So for me, it's very important that we focus on our clients individually and deal with whatever issues they have in a timely fashion. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Currently, I'm living in Florida, loving life. Working 18 hours a day. If anyone told me I was going to work this hard with my own business, I would have told him to, go take a jump in the lake. But I'm enjoying every single second of it. So if you guys want to reach out, if you guys want to, do an introduction, drink a coffee, we offer free, first assessments of your company to see where we can help. We're not out here to make millions and millions of dollars. We're here to help you make millions and millions of dollars. And if we can be successful while doing that, that's our mission. So yeah, reach out. My name is Riaan. That's how you pronounce it, by the way. And hopefully you won't forget it like everyone else out there. You can literally see people blank over as soon as I say my name. But look, that's not the important part. The important part is that we get through this time, this weird ass time that we're living in, and it's still going to get weirder and weirder over the next couple of years. We all need to get through this together. So I'm not political at all. I don't expect people to be political. I am, however, a big supporter of teamwork and working together.